Hello everyone, it's Jess and I'm back with another layout to share with you all today. This one, I sat down one day and I decided that I wanted to play with an ink combination that is actually from Chamel's Scrap a Rainbow class. So this is one of the examples that she gives in the class, this specific oxide ink combination. I don't even remember if she uses it for her layout that she made with this color scheme, or if it was just an example of ink colors that go well together. So the inks that I'm using are tumbled glass. Was it tumbled glass or was it broken china? I have broken china written down, but I thought it said tumbled glass, but it's either tumbled glass or broken china. I am not positive as to which. I missed it on the screen. And then Mermaid Lagoon, Wilted Violet, and Kitsch Flamingo. I will say that this blending took a long time. I have this video clips sped up to 3.5 times the speed, because I'm really not doing anything that's too complicated or technical or So one thing that I will say about the Distress Oxide inks that I learned recently, and maybe nobody else has heard this or realizes it as well, is that when you get ink from the Distress ink pad, for the oxide inks, not the regular Distress inks as far as I know, how do I explain this? So instead of just tapping the brush on into the middle, you should tap it like around the ink pad in like the 4 corners in the middle, something like that. Because of see if you saw there with the Kitsch Flamingo, I rubbed it around the ink pad because it activates the oxide inks somehow. I'm not really sure how it works, but it's what I've heard that you should do. So I've been doing it. Another tip for ink blending is more ink, better blend. This is how I remember it. So I do have my ink pads fairly juicy for this. I think I've refilled the Kitsch Flamingo one for sure. I've noticed lately that the Distress Oxide inks haven't been coming as saturated with ink as they used to. I don't really know if there's a reason for that, or if they just want you to buy the re-inkers. Like perhaps people weren't purchasing the re-inkers enough. I don't know. But I have noticed that the ink pads haven't been as saturated as they used to. So there's really no secret to ink blending. You just keep going. You go over areas, add more ink, blend more until you get something that you like. It takes a while. I'm not gonna lie, it does take a while. So here I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm taking a stencil from Close to My Heart and just my regular, what is this? Distress sprayer bottle with water. Okay, so sorry about that everyone. I got interrupted by my husband, so hopefully the voiceover works okay. I think what I was saying was I'm just using water through the stencil to mist over top of the inks, so you get if you're using oxide inks like I am, you get oxidation from the inks. But if you're using a dye ink, it just basically removes the color, the ink color from the paper. You would get a similar look with either type of ink. Just make sure your dye ink is actually water reactive, because some of them are not. I know that Catherine Pooler inks are water reactive, and I know that the Scrapbook.com inks are not water reactive. So you definitely have to figure out which one. Oh, sorry. Oh, that yawn just snuck out of nowhere. which type of ink will work best for you. So now I'm using, let me get the name of this product right, Gina K Glitz Glitter Gel in the color Iridescent to go through the stencil. And before I taped my stencil down, I did, sorry, my hair's in my mouth. I got my hair cut yesterday and it's shorter now, so I have it down, but it's consequently in my face. So before I started putting the glitz paste on, I flipped the stencil so that the stars, they're still going on the same diagonal path, but they are facing, like, the stars that were at the bottom are now at the top, and the ones that were at the top are at the bottom. That makes sense. And in between, like, if I need more product, I am wiping off my palette knife before I'm putting it back into the pot of glitter, because you will pick up color from the ink onto your spatula and the glitter that's on there. So it is definitely something that you have to be aware of. Now I'm going to let this dry. Take the stencil upstairs and wash it. If you don't wash it, you will have glitter on it for the rest of ever, and you won't be able to get it off. So I did that, and it's dry, and it's like 2 or 3 days later at this point, because I forgot that I made this background. And then I was like, oh yeah, I should do something with it now. So I found these 2 photos from Disney World. They are from Epcot. I always get the name of the park wrong. They are from Epcot. And they're from where the Finding Nemo ride exits. There's a big aquarium set up there. So I have photos of dolphins swimming together. There were 2 dolphins and a sea turtle, because I love turtles so much. And to create this layout, I am using wet glue because the glitter on the paper makes it so that regular adhesive doesn't stick as well. But if you use wet glue, it does stick. The paper. The white paper that I used is Vicky Bouton's Foundations paper. And it's from, you get it in paper pads. I think there's like 10 or 12 sheets of paper in it. It is very, very thick paper. It does extremely well with water, which is why I used it for this particular layout, because I knew that I wanted to do the water stenciling through the layout, but I didn't know that I was going to put the glitter on. That was a last minute addition. This bucket here is full of random embellishments that apparently I pulled out at one point. I don't know why. I think the plan was to get them used, because they're all like partial. Well, that one's fairly full, but they're partial used sticker sheets and alphabets and like little like bits and pieces of like thicker packages, like the thickers that aren't letters, the thickers that are words and shapes, and the more embellishment thickers than the other ones. Sorry, I just needed a drink. My throat was a little scratchy feeling because I haven't had much to drink today, and I'm talking a bunch. So the papers that I'm using are, the purple is from Cartabella. I don't know what collection it's from. I think it's from one of their Flora collections. I have a lot of the Flora collections simply because every time they come out, I hope that it will actually say Flora in it. My puppy's name is Flora, so I have all the collections. So far it hasn't said Flora anywhere in the collection, but I keep buying them. It's fine. The little blue globe hearts are from a Jen Hadfield paper. I think it's Jen Hadfield reaching out. I'm not positive. I had a whole bunch of that paper collection from various scrapbooking cards delivered kits. I think that's what it was. I'm not positive. And these 6x6 papers are from, do I still have it sitting here beside me? No. They are from a Cartabella 6x6 paper pad, which I just grabbed because the colors worked well with kind of the underwatery tones that I have going on. And I did decide that I wanted to see more of the pink and purple on this layout, so I did put the photos down towards the blue. You could argue that you should put the photos on the pink and the purple so the photos stand out more. I didn't like that as much. So also the other reason was because now I can see more of the glitter, the star glitter. So that's why I chose to do that too. Let me just refer back to my notes here. I think I've touched on everything that I have done so far. I think those little label stickers are from Simple Stories. I think. Now, off camera, I did heat emboss some washi tape strips. It's a stamp set from Close to My Heart. Did I write down the name of it? I did not. I don't know if you can get it anymore. It wasn't older. I haven't bought any new Close to My Heart stamps in probably over a year, so it's at least that old. Maybe older. It's called like washi something. Of course it's not the one that's like right on top. Yeah. It's not right on top of my Close to My Heart stamps. It's called washi. No. Well, I can't remember what it's called. It's something washi, like washi something, and I forget what the second word is. But yeah. So I heat embossed it with, I don't think there's a color on this. It says BRA88 embossing powder. I got it in Scrapbooking Cards Today delivered kit. I think it's the Hero Arts copper or brass embossing powder, but I'm not positive because I just got a little like sample size of it essentially. This fern sticker is from Chamel Go Now Go. I kind of thought it looked like seaweed, so when I was putting it down, I like wiggled the stem of it so it's not just straight up and down. It like it's in it's in like an S shape to make it look more like a fern or like a seaweed on the bottom of the ocean or lake, or in this case ocean, but you get the idea. And then I used 2 punches from Martha Stewart. One, they're both older. I don't know if you can find them anymore. The pink circle punch and the butterfly punch, which look amazing layered up together. They fit perfectly together and I love them. Then I'm going to add in a few word stickers. Oh, first I'm going to do the title. So I decided to call this layout Under the Sea. It is a Little Mermaid reference. And I don't like putting my Disney movie references on pages that are about that movie. I know that's weird. It's just something that I like to do. So this layout is of the aquarium animals. So I called it Under the Sea, which is relevant because they are under the sea, but it's also a Disney song, so that makes me very happy. The thickers are from Chamel Go Now Go. They're like the old airplane or train station arrival departure boards. The little letter stickers are from Paige Evans Bloom Street, as are the word